Alright, hello and welcome to our video on the phylum Nematode. The name Nematode comes from the Greek nema, which means thread-like form. Important characteristics of this phylum. They have bilateral symmetry and vermiform, meaning they look like a worm. Their body has more than two cell layers, tissues, and organs. And their body cavity is pseudosealed, meaning its body fluid is under high pressure. This is what differentiates them from other phyla that resemble worms. Their body is covered in a complex cutile, and they have a nervous system. Nematodes also have no circulatory system, which means they have no blood system. And they also feed on just about anything, and they can live anywhere, but they do not like dry places. About 80,000 nematode species have been discovered, though it is thought to be as many as 1 million different species in the phylum Nematode exist. Nematodes are either free-living or parasitic. Some live inside a host and feed on them. This affects both plants and animals. Others are free-living nematodes that can live in water or in soil. They feed on algae, fungi, fecal matter, dead organisms, and even living organisms. Nematodes' digestive system has a mouth at their interior, and predatory nematodes can have teeth. Their pharynx leads to its intestine, and waste is excreted under high pressure. Nematode evolutionary history. The oldest known nematodes are from around 400 million years ago, but they could be from as far back as 1 billion years. They formed alongside the earliest organisms, and they evolved in the sea. They first took the role of parasites in marine invertebrates, and they can act as secondary decomposers in soil. In Dirophiliera immitis, they developed an adaptation of a body cavity lined with membranes that create a space for circulation and internal organs. D. immitis, aka heartworms or dog heartworms, and other nematodes developed an important adaptation to have a hydrostatic skeleton, meaning a fluid-filled chamber that allowed them to move by changing the shape of the cavity. This allowed them to move without expending too much energy, which was critical to their survival. They have a dorsal nerve cord that gives them a sense of direction and allows them to locate food. And they also have adapted an ability to live on every continent except Antarctica. They have done this because they developed very small eggs that are able to easily infiltrate a host. Nematodes and people. Humans can be host to several species of nematodes. Over 700 million people around the world are infected by nematode called Ascaris lumbricoides. They're not lethal, and they show very few effects in adults. Species of filarial worms, Wuchereria, Bancrofti, and Brugia maili cause lymphatic filariasis. Necator americanus and Ankylostoma duodenale cause heartworm. Enterobius vermicularius causes ringworm. 1 in 3 humans worldwide have had pinworms, which is a type of nematode, in their lives, but they are usually harmless and pass through the body and out the system very easily, showing little side effects. Ascarius is a genus of parasitic nematodes, and they're commonly called roundworms. They cause ascariasis in humans, which shows no symptoms in most cases. Filarial worms are parasitic nematodes of the family Filariidae. They require 2 hosts in its life cycle. The larval phase in the body of a biting insect. The insect bites a vertebrate, transferring the parasite to its new host, and then the reproductive stage of its life occurs in the body of its second host, and they cause a number of disorders known as filariasis. Hookworms. Hookworms affect up to 740 million people around the world. They are parasitic, and live in the intestines of their host and pass their eggs in the feces of their host. The hookworms are commonly acquired by walking barefoot in contaminated soil. They can penetrate skin, and most infected show very few symptoms, but some people can experience anemia from the blood loss. Finally, heartworms. Heartworms are parasitic nematodes that have passed from host to host in mosquitoes. They mostly affect dogs, but they can find hosts in other small mammals. They rarely affect humans, and they reside in the lung and heart of the host. Alright, that has been our video on the phylum Nematode. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you.